Good evening, everybody. I'm very happy to see you in this big number. That's a bit quite smaller than this morning. I know you're all tired. I know that you are all in a bad mood, so I can promise you this presentation will be slow, painful, and boring. I'm joking. It's not going to be painful. So, anyhow, let's start with it. In this summit, we saw many different technologies, many different people who talk about many different things with the automation, with the chatbots, and usually they are selling something. So let's say they sold you their service, and now you want to buy it. You say, yeah, I want it. Now what I'm going to do with it? So my name is Radomir Ivankovic. I'm coming from Serbia, and this can explain my name. I'm involved in automation since 10 years. I used to work for help desk in Belgrade. And this was one of the jobs that I really loved because it gave me perspective on how these people are doing things on low end, on the first line of defense, and how can I help them, how to automate it. And then I used to work for help to build COE of automation in NCR Belgrade. And then I moved to Berlin. I used to work for BASF. And now I'm working for OLX Group. And now I'm here to show you what I have noticed in my journey. So I'm going to tell you what's the goal, what you want to do, how to start, how to create an automation team, how to approach the business, which is very important, as we might heard several times here. And this was one of my questions to our lovely colleagues here, and citizen training. So what is the goal of your automation journey? What you want to do? So all the companies in the world talking about we want customer success, we want to help customers, we want to make things easier, but actually they have budget, and budget tends to fly away, and they want to cage this budget to save the money, and this is the goal. But actually, the real question is, what do you want to do in your company? What is your goal? So do you want to do RPA? Do you want to do machine learning? You want to do chatbots? You want to do cloud computing? You want to do optical image recognition? What do you want to do in your company? What is your goal? Now, if you are building your COE automation team, this is what this team can do. So you have COE of automation. And this team can actually have RPA, it can have OCR, it can have business operations, it can have chatbots, it can have cloud, it can have citizen training and mobile automation. This is all under automation team. This is what your automation team can do. Now, under RPA, you can have process automation, you can have integrations with APIs and libraries, and you can have test suite. Under test suite, you have manual testing, you have automation testing. Under OCR, you can have regular OCR that can do very bad things if you don't know how to set it up right, intelligent recognition of characters, computer vision, and then machine learning. And then computer vision can be open source, can be Microsoft, can be Google, etc. So this is all what your team can do. And usually managers want it all. They want all of this to have. In the chatbots, we can have rule-based chatbots, we can have keyword integration, NLP, NLU, etc. Cloud, unlimited resources of many tools. So this is all under one team. This all should be under one team. And if you split your teams in several different areas, it can cause you some small troubles. So again, what do you want to do in your team? So if you, as I said, have separate teams for RPA, for machine learning, etc., they all operate in separate entities. So your use cases are coming, but they can operate only inside of this area. And we would all like to have everything under one umbrella. And this is our goal. Our goal is to have our RPA robots communicating with our chatbots. Now, our chatbots to communicate with document understanding. Our document understanding to go back to chatbots, back to customer, and then back to activate RPA process, which can go on cloud and can give you some results, etc. This is what actually companies would like to have. But they are not approaching this problem like this. They say we're going to buy this technology, then we're going to buy that technology, then this technology, then we want to connect. It won't fit. So when you are starting your automation journey, you need to be aware of what you're buying, where you're buying it, from whom, and can you integrate it. So how to start? First, you choose technology. Then you promote people inside of your company. And this is something that I asked, actually. So from my experience, if you want to automate something in accounting team, you should go to the accountant and say, hey, would you like to work for automation team? We can promote you. Then we will train you to be our business analyst. And this accountant knows their process. Or, I don't know, any HR person, they know their processes. So if you have BA inside your own company, it's going to be way more easier for you to find automation candidates than if you bring somebody else. Now imagine I had this, that in one company that I work for, we had new business analyst who came and then sit next to one person and said, okay, what you do? Why? How? Why don't you click here? Why don't you do that? And then these persons felt uncomfortable. Why this person is asking these questions? What do you want to do? Well, we want to build a robot. Oh, you want to fire me? No, we don't want to fire you. We want to automate your work. So you want to fire me. So this can cause you those issues. This is why I believe it's the best to promote inside your own company and listen to your people, as the panelist said. So first thing to what company is all doing, like we want automation. Yes, we bought the tool, and now we hire a developer. Completely wrong. Because developer will come to company and say, okay, what do you want me to develop? I don't know. Well, do you have any use case? No. Do you have backlog? No. So what am I doing here? And then you have one developer sitting for 6 months, you are paying developer salary to him, and he has nothing to do. This is, per my opinion, completely wrong. So promote people in your company to be business analysts of your automation. Then invest in this business analyst. Show him, hey, this is how you do it. This is what you should do. Then create a backlog and then hire a developer. Then developer with your team should talk to security and to IT department to make sure that whatever you're doing is in compliance with your automation, that you have access to all the tools, and then to create accounts for your virtual colleagues. Because in many cases, when you go and say, okay, I want to create an account for my bot, IT said, okay, I need like ID of this person. Well, it's not a person. So you will spend a lot of time talking to IT, talking to security to try to explain them why you need this. And this all needs to be taken in consideration when you're starting your team. Now, second thing to do is for developer to write scripting standards. So anyone else can continue where somebody else stopped, because you will have people on vacation. Right now, in my team, I have one beautiful person. She is an awesome developer. I would like to clone her in like 7 times to have. And she's on maternity leave. I am very happy for her, but she's not anymore in my team. So we need to have scripting standards and best practices so somebody else can take off where she stopped. So you don't have this, how they call it, bus factor. If person is skilled with bus, your product is dead. You need to optimize your processes. And if I'm talking too fast, tell me, because I want to squeeze as much as possible in 20 minutes. Optimize your process is very important. That you optimize whatever you're automating, because if you are automating something that's nonsense, you're just wasting time. You need to document everything, create process for signing off, train people, and optimize what you have in this bulk. When I say document everything, I mean process design document, solution design document, handover documentation, maintenance documentation, agree on SLA, and contact all teams for access to the tools that you need. And how you do that? How would you scale? How would you progress? I think similar slide was somewhere over here. Sorry? Yeah, similar slide was here, so that means that I'm doing something right. It's not just me that thinks like this. And all of this is dependent on your business analyst. You can have the best developers in the world. If they don't know what to develop, you're doomed. You need to know what is actually pain point. You need to have the business analyst. And in many cases, I saw that if you go to some team to automate something, usually you talk to manager, and manager tells you, okay, we are doing this like this, but you don't want to talk to manager, and that's something you need to be clear from the day one. Okay, are you manager? Yes, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the person that actually does this job daily, so this person can tell me what actually is wrong. Of course, there can be two use cases, or three. You can have automation based on ROI, or on 4C, or something else. Now, when it's on ROI, you are calculating your return of investment, how much money you spent, what you did, etc. But it can also be the principle where you need to do something for the company. For example, right now in my company, we have this vendor assessment, and we need to onboard these new customers into our SAP system, and they need to pass through some security questions. And this return of investment for my team will be in 14 years. This is the calculation. But because accuracy and because of compliance and audit, we will do it. But then this process can be taken in account as a saving only if we get fined. So this is basic ROI calculation, and I believe that all of you know this already. So if you have a developer in Germany and you want to automate something for a team in India, with all respect from people from India, you would need one worker to work like 2.7 years to break even on your investment, which is not a good candidate. But if you're automating something for the call center that has 500 people and you are saving 4 hours per FTE, then you can have this ROI in 2.8 days. Or compliance. As I said, you can take fine as a saving also. So for example, if we don't do this, our fine from the government will be, I don't know, 1 million euros. This can be taken as a saving, as called stop the bleeding. Automation team and how to organize it. And this is something that I use, and I have people not agreeing with me, and I'm open for discussions. But in my opinion, there should be like one product owner who has leads in every department that talk to each other. So you have lead for chatbot, lead for RPA, lead for testing, lead for mobile automation, lead for everything what you need, and one admin who will take care of all of this environment and communicate. To be sure that you need to have good admin to be sure that your chatbot will communicate with your RPA environment. Because at one point, somebody will come and tell you, can your chatbot trigger the process in RPA? And you won't say yes. Of course, you need to give responsibilities so you know who is doing what in your company. And this is also very important. That you will not end up in a loop and ping pong like, no, ask this guy. That you will know who is doing what, so you can have your process flowing. This is something I like to say very often. Automation creation is very easy. It's very easy to create and to automate something. Pain point is exception handling and error handling. This is something that we don't know. And usually we automate when we say on a happy path. Okay, and I ask, like, what can go wrong? Well, nothing can go wrong. Always something can go wrong. And this is why I'm coming back to the point where BA should be promoted from the company. They know their processes. Now, how to approach the business? Usually, when we are approaching the business, we are saying, hey, we have some budget, and we can save 2 FTEs if we automate that. We can save 5 FTEs if you automate that. We can save 7.5 FTEs. And then these people start thinking, okay, hold on, what's going on? They're talking about some FTEs, about savings of FTEs. That means that they want to automate their work, so you have a roadblock. It happened to me that people will not tell me what is the process. They are declining very politely, but they are declining. They're not saying me, okay, do you have any errors? No, just this one. And then you create a robot, you put it in UAT, it doesn't work. Why? Oh, I forgot to tell about this one. So my development, instead of 1 month, is now 6 months, and it still doesn't work. So to avoid this, you need to be sure to explain to your team what automation is and what is not, and what is doing and what is not doing. So robot is here to help you. Robot is here to increase productivity output. Robot can work 24/7 on some repetitive task that you don't want to work. So this is something that robot does for you. Robot cannot think, ever. So this can never replace human, still. And it's here to help you and to automate everything that you don't want to do, and automating everything in the company so we are like completely without humans. That's not possible. So this is something you need to show to your team and say, hey, people, this is what we're approaching you. But even the best thing is like, instead of telling them, we are here to remove robot from you, because this is the goal. This is what we want. We want to remove robot from human and have humans be creative. The best thing that you can do is to tell them, we will train you to build your own robot. And this is why it's very important that tools that you are using are codeless. So we can train people who are working on this project to create small automations. You will have your framework, you will have your standards, etc., that your developers can fix and put inside, but you also want your team, accountant, HR, I don't know, customer service, to be able to build their own automations so they will remove these roadblocks. Because when somebody builds their own bot, it's their baby. They can put new skill on their CV. They say, hey, now I know how to build a bot. They can say, okay, I know what are the pain points. This automation is bulletproof because they know what to do. And it's not on your payroll. It's on payroll of those teams because they are working for you on their time. This is a quote from Henry Ford. Pretty much it says that time, when you lose the time, you don't see that you lost the time. But you can never retrieve it back. When you lose material, you will see that something is broken, that something is spilled. But you can buy another bucket of paint, you can buy another part. But when you lose time, there's no comeback. That's it. It's gone. So now citizen training. Why would we train our teams to build bot? So citizen training is the best way to promote your automation. It's the best way to show, hey, this is what we're doing to give automation through your teams. They can build their own chatbots, they can build their own RPA bots. And then you will see that teams are talking inside and say, hey, I built this for me, do you want it, etc. So you have free marketing with this. In respective teams, they will create a feeling of safety because it's going to be their baby. They build it. They know what is it. They are sure that when bot breaks, they will fix it. Now you only need to have, like, come on, next slide. They only need to have access to these tools and talk to the management to offer the training once a week for 2 hours from your team as developers. You offer the training for them. They can study on their own, build small automations. If automation is good enough and nice, you can put them in your framework and then publish it, and you have free robot. So it starts from this. When you have your people to build small automations, they will have more ideas. Then they will submit new ideas for automation, something more complex, something way more that you didn't know that existed at all. Then they will discuss with you how this can be done. You can offer solutions. Then you can optimize this, develop, and sign off. I think I'm on time. Any questions?